Chicago's South Side has never been a likely campaign stop for Republican presidential candidates, but one local pastor is trying to change that. In a story first reported by the Daily Beast, Pastor Corey Brooks says his African-American community has been let down by the Democrats they have been so loyal to at the polls. Now he wants the 2016 GOP contenders to come to town and make their pitch. Tomorrow afternoon, Ben Carson is taking him up on his offer following Rand Paul's speech at the church last month. And joining me now is Reverend Corey Brooks of the New Beginnings Church of Chicago, also CEO of the Project Hood nonprofit. And with a welcome to you, Reverend, I do want to read one of your quotes from this article in which you said of Democrats, quote, "How can our neighborhoods be doing so awful and so bad when we're so loyal to this party who's in power? It is a matter of them taking complete advantage of our vote." How specifically, Reverend, do you feel you're being taken advantage of?
Well, for the last 50 years, when you look in our community across America, wherever there are African Americans, you're going to see a decline in our educational system, a decline in the structure of our families, a decline in the economic situation of our families. Our communities are at the brink of chaos, and it is a result, I believe, of Democratic policies that have been in place all this time, and it's a result of them taking complete advantage of a neighborhood, of a people. And it's also because some of our friends on the other side, our Republican friends, have just overlooked and just said, hey, they're going to vote Democrats no matter what, and so let's just completely ignore their issues and their causes. Well, I'm here to say that that's not absolutely true. We need a president who is going to listen to all the issues, all of the things that are going on in our neighborhood as well.
I know, sir, that you've heard from candidate Rand Paul. Tomorrow you're going to also hear from Dr. Ben Carson. Do you expect the rest of the GOP field to come through, and who do you like best so far?
Well, I want to say right now, you know, we're expecting Governor Jeb Bush to come to the south side of Chicago. We're expecting Governor Scott Walker to come to the south side of Chicago, because people need to hear what they're going to do if they're the president of the United States. To be the president means you're not just president of certain groups, but you're president of all of us. And so on the south side of Chicago, all of our needs, all of our concerns and issues are just as important. They're the same issues in Philadelphia, the same issues in Brooklyn, the same issues in LA, and we need those issues to be spoken about. We need them to be heard, and we need our voice to be heard, and that it can only be done when those individuals in those positions make up in their mind they're going to come to the south side of Chicago. We believe it's really important that they come, and we believe it's really important that they hear what we're concerned about. And
Reverend Brooks, what is the most important voting issue for you and your congregants?
Well, you know, at the end of the day, we have several issues. The economic situation in inner cities across America is deplorable. We have so many people who are unemployed and not working. That cannot be in America. People need to work. People need to have jobs. And when you don't have that in the community, you're going to have hopeless situations. You're going to have a lot of frustration, and you're going to have a lot of crime. So the issue of our day is to be employed, to have jobs. We want to work. We want to be employed. The people in our community want to work. So we need companies to consider our areas, and the only way that can be done is when we have people who are leading in positions of influence to make that possible. The potential is there, and we're looking forward to some great things being done when we have the type of leadership that we need to help us.
And what has been the reaction from your congregants? Any resistance from them to say, let's bring on the GOP perspective?
Well, you know, there's always going to be resistance anytime you're trying to bring about change anywhere. There's some resistance in our neighborhood. There's some resistance in my church, but we're going to stay focused about what we're trying to do. At the end of the day, we want our neighborhoods to be better. And the only way we can do that is to create competition. We can no longer continue to allow Democrats to just believe it's going to be a cakewalk, and we can no longer allow Republicans to believe that it's not going to happen. We've got to make sure that we create competition, because being competitive makes the neighborhood better. So we want people to compete for our votes. No longer are they just going to be able to just take us for granted. There's going to be competition. So we're inviting all the Republicans, just as well as Democrats, to come to the south side of Chicago and put the issues on the table and hear what we have to say, and try to make America a better place.
And this will be beginning with Dr. Ben Carson. What time will he be there tomorrow?
Dr. Ben Carson will be there tomorrow at 4 o'clock on the south side of Chicago, 6620 South King Drive, and we're inviting everybody to come to the south side and see what happens.
Reverend Corey Brooks, I'm glad you accepted our invitation to be with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.